Take a breath. Got a feed that decides life and death. Every chart is a mountain, a meme, a decree. Is this genius or mass lunacy? So with me, that's wild mentality, where a frog with sunglasses screams we're early endlessly. Oh, see, bulls and bears and fantasy, every post's a prophecy. If you want to read what passes for a master plan, simply click and flick your thumb across this broken land. Want to know which way the winds of crypto might just be? Oh, scroll me. One says up, only friends. Next says this is how it ends. Someone's calling the top, someone's buying the dip, someone's typing a thread as their last relationship slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a chart in crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. You'll see every hot take, every plea. I was right in 23. Trust the mind, ignore the spreadsheet. If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy? Slow with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traders? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Go with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free. In one day, in one same tweet. If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
Ba ba bum bum ba. GM, G scroll to all who celebrate. It is Tuesday, June 19th. My name is Dude Lifts, and welcome to Scroll with Me. Welcome. Congratulations for finding your way to this corner of the internet. So glad you're here with us today. But alas, this is Scroll with Me. This is where we get together. It's a collective. It's a group therapy session. It's a mantra. It's a mudra where we get together and we scroll the timeline. We try to figure out what the heliante is going on here. You know, it is a pursuit of truth. It's a pursuit of knowledge. It's a pursuit of vibes. We're mining for vibranium, if you will. But alas, like I said, it's Tuesday, June 19th. That means it's the day after Monday. Let's go ahead and get into it. I have seen more. The first tweet is from SpaceX. I've seen more SpaceX tweets than I know what to do with. So we might as well jump right into it. For those of you tuning in, say what's up, say G scroll in the chat, make friends in the comments. You guys know the vibes. But let's go ahead and get into it. I never click in, but I'm guessing it's not going to be too long. And it wasn't. Okay. I knew it wouldn't be. So let's check it out. So SpaceX has exercised the option to acquire Cursor AI in an all-stock transaction with the goal of building the world's most useful AI models. For the past few months, SpaceX has been jointly training a model with Cursor, which will be releasing Cursor and Grok build soon. We look forward to working closely with Cursor team to advance our frontier AI capabilities. So, one, if you didn't know, SpaceX went public and it ripped. So that's what happened. Now, I don't know why this reminded me of this, but I think it was the GameStop guy that was like half cash, half stock. Like, this is the exact opposite of that meme. The guy was like half cash, half stock. This is like, they're like all stock. It's all stock here. I just thought that was, I don't know why that meme was ringing through my head, but dude, honestly, let them cook. What I will say is I still have access to Super Grok on the Twitter website on my computer. But on mobile, they took that away and I had to download the Grok app. So Elon, go fuck yourself. I didn't want to download another app. Your whole selling point for Grok, I'm sorry, I'm a little fired up. Your whole selling point for Grok is that it has access to Twitter. So I can go to Grok and say, hey, give me the trends on these tweets, read this person's account, tell whatever you want to do on Twitter. Let me do that on Twitter. Don't make me go to another app. I have too many apps. And Kuya says G Scroll all stock. And I say G Scroll all stock. I say G Scroll half cash, half stock to you, good sir, because that's clearly where I'm at. But I'm just saying the unfair advantage of Grok is it has live access to Twitter. Don't fuck that up. Well, you already did, but please unfuck that up. Thank you and goodbye. All right, we've got bread.mega. It says, let's talk philosophy around the terminal drop. What we did, close terminal after 3 weeks, give $1 million in rewards to those who participated. The nuance is that whatever you receive today, you can double if you create a Moss account debut this week. I saw Whale swoosh fudding this a little bit. I don't know. I'm not very close to this farming campaign. But what I have been thinking about the past couple of days is that the flow reward system might have been the best reward system in crypto. Like, that's the hilarious part. It was, you had boxes and keys. You got boxes from, I might be reversing this, boxes from gaming experiences and NFTs. And you got keys from DeFi experiences. You had to unlock the boxes with the keys, and then you opened up rewards. It was simple. It made sense. It made you check out both sides of the ecosystem. It wasn't complicated. And the rewards are great. So there's that. Maybe someone can learn something from that. All right, let's see here. Euphoria, fresh USDM landed in your wallet today. We got a button for that. Oh, that shit I do like. Okay. We've got a button for that. Deposit your airdropped USDM into Euphoria today. DMS proof and 10 lucky traders are each getting a $100 deposit bonus. This is that shit, right? This is taking advantage of a network effect, right? As opposed to, let's just kind of paint this in diametric opposition. So we had Beanie when Solana was sponsoring the World Series of Poker. Beanie, was in the comments. I'm not going to be rude, but he was kind of complaining, right? He's like, hey, why did you guys sponsor the World Series of Poker when someone just launched a permissionless poker protocol, which I invested in, on Solana? Why wouldn't you support that, quote unquote, instead, acting as if either or, right? And so I said, if I'm a builder in Solana and I'm building a poker product, I'm flying to the World Series of Poker. I'm now creating content. I am taking advantage of this energy and this meta around this trending topic in my ecosystem. Euphoria, great example here. They're like, hey, you just got an airdrop on our network. You have dollars on our network. And I know this because I tweeted about it. I could have even seen it on chain, even if they didn't tweet about it. And I'm going to take advantage of this, whether they had information about this airdrop seeded, created this content ahead of time, or just acted quickly and just said, oh shit, we've got, people with, excess capital, disposable income on the network that they just had. And I'm going to try to capture some of that. Go off. Great move by Euphoria. More people should be thinking like this when building in ecosystems. So people should fucking be doing this shit on ETH. If some major, airdrop happens or whatever, they go, oh, people have got new money. How can I take advantage of that? How can I, capture that value in my app? All right, collectibles on Solana. Solana Gaming says Solana-based Collector Crypt is now the top tokenized trading card marketplace across all chains, hitting a new weekly volume record. Go off, Collector Crypt. It's great. I'm a huge fan of the kind of tokenization of playing cards. I was shilling BZ back in the blast days and in the flow days and every day since. So, glad that consensus trade has become consensus now. Jim says that these are undervalued. Oh my gosh, that's a hilarious graphic. That's actually so funny. Yeah, I'm so excited for my focused prints. I'm so excited. Oh, I saw this. Okay, so Coinbase is the first real one-to-one backed tokenized stocks are coming. Own actual tokenized shares of U.S. companies, trade, hold, or redeem. No IOUs, none of that bull. None of that bull. None of that synthetic bull. I'm excited. So they're doing a they're doing a system update, which is kind of like a summit, like a keynote. They did one of these a little while back. They're doing another one today. I expect some really interesting announcements from this. Coinbase is cooking. They're simply cooking. Simply are. They have been. And they will continue to. But I'm guessing, I'm hoping to hear from Lincoln from the kind of AI team. I'm hoping for some really interesting agentic news here. All right, here we go. Easy says, it was clear in the grand scheme of things, good thing we still have Anthropic and OpenAI's IPO to probably see the exact same setup for hype. Yeah, it'll be really, I feel like the SpaceX IPO was a really good test of a lot of these kind of like synthetic IOU pre-IPO platforms. I'm curious what the kind of review is on a lot of those, whether it's pre-stocks or X stocks or Tessera or something like that. I'm curious how a lot of them did and all this stuff, and if people made any moolah, any mool, if you will. I don't know why I'm on my gabagool era here. Let's keep going here. Market update. 100% chance of Coinbase on your timeline today, 2 to 3 p.m. Yes, it's true. I'm aware. Wait. Oh, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I thought Hyperliquid was up, like maybe hit an all-time high. So someone was just, they were bringing up the receipts of Kyle Samani, who was grave dancing at a local bottom, so yeah. Dude, shout out to Richard Photos. This MFer has just been on a generational run, similar to Louis. So content creators be out here succeeding and things we love to see. Yeah. Great videographer, editor. He was responsible for the original Cluely trailer. You could argue that Richard Photos really kicked off the launch video meta. I'm just saying. And A16Z scooped him up. They scooped him. He's been scooped. McDonald's deep fried apple pie is peak America. Yes. Oh, I didn't even realize this went away. Well, it's back. There we go. Dude, let's give a little refresh. I'm seeing selfies. I'm like, we don't want that. All right, here we go. When we started 776, I seeded a company called Opal Electronics, and this team that made the best webcam on the market is building the next thing, an AI native audio device, shipping soon. I do think that's cool. That's great. Maybe they're kind of like trying to capitalize on like the whisper flow kind of thing where you can just like talk to your AI. I honestly need one of them shits. But I will not say I don't think Opal, maybe it is. Maybe Opal is the best. I like the Insta360 if you wanted something like really, really portable. Honestly, I gotta find mine. I'm a little biased because I use a Sony FX30 as a webcam. So I'm like, the Opal is shit. I'm like, okay, check your privilege, sir. But I'll tell you a little story. Here's how it all went down. So I was in college. I was pre-med, right? And we were doing a massive research project that was actually published. I won't say the work is impressive, but for my work, we did a research, I guess, case study. What ended up being kind of compiled into a book about how the Arizona State University turned its medical lab into a COVID testing facility. It was a whole thing. It's actually pretty cool. So I was involved in that. But in addition to the book, there was kind of a parallel track where there was a documentary film being made. And we at some point met up like the kind of researchers and writers with the film crew. And we did a Zoom call because this was during COVID. And the director of the film school at ASU or something equivalent to that, logs onto the Zoom call. And motherfuckers like sitting on a stool in a studio with like focus, focal length hitting lights and shit on a Zoom call. And immediately my brain broke and I was like, my God, I have to be better. I don't know. It just like broke my brain. And at the time I was also doing a lot of remote counseling because I was a substance abuse counselor for many years. So I was doing remote counseling probably 4 days a week from home, all on my computer. So, and I was going to school. And so I was on my fucking computer on Zoom calls all the time. And so I just began this like pursuit of like, I must get a better quality camera and figure out the latest and greatest, which ultimately weirdly enough, like led me to podcasting and streaming, all this stuff like that. So go figure, life is weird. But I say all that to say, I've never bought an Opal because I didn't think that it was, I didn't think it was that good. I didn't think it was that good. All right, let's see here. Which he makes you sell your Hyperliquid. Honestly, I'm just gonna like it because let Clemente cook. Let him cook. And this video will probably kill on Instagram because a lot of his content is. All right, here we go. Minimize quick clicks, unified liquidity, secure. Moss tomorrow. I guess we'll find out what Moss is after all. And I'm excited. Let's go. Coinbase leading the way for real tokenized stock ownership. Love it. Yes. Yes. Oh, this is so cool. So this little pudgy holder was featured in GIF, and their particular GIF is about to hit 1 million views. It's like, that's so cool. What a cool little thing. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Exotic Raccoon says the best part of scrolling through Optidem on OpenSea is that sometimes a character gives you story ideas you weren't looking for. I'll be looking for a character for one specific thing and end up discovering a much better direction in the video. Don't forget to opt in. Yes, an Exotic Raccoon. Hit up your boy. I've got a popsicle. Come on. What are we doing here? Let's keep going. But I love what they're doing with that. It is honestly really cool. So honestly, don't forget to opt in on OpenSea so they can use your NFTs for videos because it's fun. Okay, let's see. Walt Disney Imagineering is partnering with Adobe to create new AI-powered activation visualization tools. Oh, interesting. Let them cook. Let them cook. Dude, this guy is killing it with these. I use AI to explain SpaceX to my girlfriend with fruit. Killing it with these. Love it. It's S-tier content. All right, let's see. What's the spot exchange with market-leading market share on base, leaning heavily into tokenized stocks and FX, and expanding Ethereum mainnet? Aerodrome. Beep, boo. Beep, 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 boo. Just in. Fable 5 will be available for free starting today, exclusively Microsoft Copilot. Shut the fuck up. No. Not real. It can't be real. Can't be. Wait, a new viral game where you hide by painting yourself into the background has hit a peak player count of 130,000 on Steam. No way. What in the actual hell? Okay. Interesting. So we've got the team here from FOMO here. It says Perps Social coming soon. More share cards, Perps leaderboard, notifications, friend alert, global feed, coin feed thesis. Yes. That's where it's like, okay, I've talked about how I feel like OpenSea was kind of going to eat the market with all this stuff, introducing their Perps product. If FOMO leans more heavily into the social element, I think they have some ground to stand on, and they can kind of own that vertical. So yeah, great to see that. Great to see that. Let's see here. My biggest shock today was that America still has post offices, like ones you can actually walk into with your stuff and package, and they help you send it out. We don't have them most in Europe anymore. Yeah, there's public and private post offices. I mean, I can tell my man is not even in a post office right now. That's a UPS store, my guy. That's a package store, my guy. I can tell because it's too nice to be a post offices. I mean, yeah, you got FedEx materials, my guy. That ain't no post office. People don't seem to understand American abundance. This is the specialty cheese section. It's true. It's true. I belong to the rest of the 10% who will be 10% who will be posting vacation pictures and videos. All right, let's give it a little refresh. We got a few minutes on the clock. We need a little freshy tweets. And Bat Stew does not disappoint. Look at this. So good. Leave it to Bat Stew. So Doodle's artwork is caffeine for your eyes. Bat stew is chamomile tea for your eyes. Lol, why are you people paying thousands of dollars when you can literally just print them yourself? That's really funny, dude. Right click save argument. LOL. LOL. Venice LLM throughput, Web plus API now over 85 billion tokens daily. Honestly, yes. Honestly, yes. Dude, let them cook. I'm running okay, of my two agents, I only have two actual agents. I just upgraded my Venice agent to Kimi K2.7. So was waiting for that. I'm excited to see because long term, okay, because I'm looking here at another tweet because I got multiple tweet windows pulled up here. I don't normally do this, but so you can now Unsloth AI says you can now run Kimi K2.7 at a two bit quantization with 325 gigabytes of RAM, which sounds like, oh my God, that's horrifying. But Kimi K2.5, you needed, I think, essentially like 2 terabytes of RAM, which was like 4 512 Mac Studios, as we're opposed to you could probably get away with 1 or 2 now. So it's like it's happening. That has nothing to do with Venice and more had to do with local AI. So LOL. All right, here we go. Jack says the more work you do, the more work there is to do. The job that AI was supposed to kill needs more humans than ever. Dude, I mean, yes. Yeah, there's no part of my job that I've been doing less because of AI. I've only been doing more. So do with that what you will. Like, yep, just doing more now. So, but it's more fun. Oh, yes, great piece. Great piece. So crazy. There's only 120 of them. All right. The Masari product suite is phenomenal. Monitoring APIs, MCP server, AI alerts, real-time news, incredible path across 40K assets. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I worked really closely with the Masari team for a few years, working on Flow quarterly reports and seeing their product suite. It really is good. I really do think that Masari plus Blockworks, it might actually like set the standard for all kind of like token investor relations and things like that. I don't know what the equivalent comp is in like TradFi, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then people might be impressed by the amount of transparency that you can get with on-chain assets. All right, let's see here. Studio Ghibli will open its first ever US store on June 23rd. Yes. Things we love to see. Things we love to see. All right. Beluga says, sup, dude. No matter how bad they mess with X, you still have the best feed. Dude, we keep that shit carefully curated. I will say, I want to have beef with Nikita Beer. They took away, they brought it back. Not interested in this post. I tweeted at Nikita. Maybe I DM'd him. I don't remember. Because sometimes there's shit I'm not. It felt like the not interested one. Like when they took that away, there was no. You can only mute or block or whatever. Sometimes I'm just like I would just want to kind of like nudge the algorithm. It's like I don't want to see quite a lot of things, to be honest. And so like the not interested made me feel like I had some agency in my own algorithm, and now it's back, and I feel great about that. So yeah, now we are so back. I would never want to tell them that I don't want to see the Studio Ghibli thing. I want to see that. I absolutely want to see that. Happy birthday. Why did my girl have to do me like this? A little hat. Ah, dude, HBD, Atari, HBD. Dear Market says, fuck you dropping a CA in the next 12 hours. LOL. What the fuck? Dude, the Dare Market versus Pump Fun drama is quite good. It's quite good. All right, everybody. It is 9 a.m. And what a perfect time to leave with a read GM, because the read GMs are the best GMs. So with that, it is Tuesday, June 19th. My name is Dude Lifts. It has been a pleasure scoring the timeline with you. G Scroll, all stock to those who celebrate. I will be back tomorrow morning scrolling the timeline. But until then, I'll see you in the timeline.